The world of sports has witnessed some truly staggering contracts, reflecting the immense value and popularity of top athletes in various sports. Here's a quick introduction to some of the biggest sports contracts in history. While these figures are massive and mind-blowing for the common man, they're only going to get bigger as time goes on. From basketball to football, boxing, baseball, here are the richest athletes and biggest contracts ever signed in sports. 31-year-old Manny Machado is a third baseman and shortstop for the San Diego Padres in Major League Baseball. Machado is a two-time Gold Glove Award winner and six-time MLB All-Star. While Machado might be last on this list, he earns an astounding amount of money from his current contract with the Padres. To put into perspective how quickly contracts can increase in the world of sports, we should take a look at the deal Machado signed in 2019. At the time when this 10-year deal was signed for $300 million, it was the richest contract in the history of North American sports. Machado has since inked an extension with the Padres to increase the total amount to $350 million. This gives him an annual salary of $31 million or $196,000 per game. The interesting thing about Machado's current deal is that it's only half of what the new richest contract in the history of North American sports is now. Stick around to the end of the video to find out who it is. The next gentleman on our list is another baseball player. The MLB players will dominate this top 10 as they play 162 regular season games compared to the NFL's 17 and the NBA and NHL's 82 games. They also sign long contracts, over 10 years. Aaron Judge is an outfielder for the New York Yankees. He won the Rookie of the Year award in 2017 and is a five-time All-Star. In 2022, he broke the American League's 61-year-old home run record with 62 home runs. That same year, he also won the American League's MVP award. Besides his skills on the field, he's also one of the largest baseball players in the league, standing 6 feet 7 inches and weighing over 280 pounds. After the 2022 season, Judge signed a new contract with the Yankees, paying him a massive $360 million over 9 years. That equates to $40 million a year or $246,000 per game. Next up, we have two athletes who are tied for 7th biggest contract in sports history. They're very different sports, and the length of the contract differs greatly as well. We'll start with the first one, and surprise, surprise, it's another baseball player, and his name is Mookie Betts. He currently plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers, but it was during his days as a Boston Red Sox outfielder and second baseman that he rose to superstardom. In 2018, he was the first and is still the only player to win an MVP award, Super Slugger, Golden Glove, batting title, and World Series title in the same season. If we fast forward to 2020, Betts, now with the Dodgers, signed a 12-year, $365 million deal. It also included a $65 million sign-on bonus. This gives him $30.4 million per year or $187,000 per game. Not bad. So, the guy tied with Betts in terms of contract amount is Mexican-born professional boxer Canelo Alvarez. He has held world championship belts in 4 different weight classes. In 2018, Alvarez signed a 5-year, 11-fight deal with sports streaming giant DAZN for $365 million. While Betts' contract is 12 years, Canelo's is 5. It's not rocket science figuring out that boxing is a much more dangerous sport than baseball, as long as you can avoid getting a baseball in the face after it leaves the bat. Boxing also has pay-per-view, which drastically drives up the revenue for a boxing match. Number 6 on our list is another baseball player, and it's a guy who's often compared to number 7 on our list, Mookie Betts. We're talking about Mike Trout. They both play in the same city, Los Angeles, but for separate teams. Trout is a center fielder for the Los Angeles Angels and is a 3-time MVP, 9-time Silver Slugger winner, and 11-time All-Star. He won the 2012 American League Rookie of the Year award as well. He holds the second biggest contract in MLB history. In 2019, he signed a 12-year deal with the Angels worth $426 million. This averages him $35.5 million a year or $219K per game. Man, these baseball players aren't going broke anytime soon. We've made it to the 5th spot, and we are leaving the sport of baseball for a little bit. While his contract total is nowhere near close to the number 1 on this list, his average salary per game is tied for first, with number 3 on this same list. Karim Benzema, the French international and Real Madrid legend, is considered one of the greatest football strikers of all time. He won 4 La Liga titles, 3 Copa del Rey titles, and 5 Champions League titles while at Madrid. In 2023, Benzema left Real Madrid and signed for Al Ittihad in the Saudi League on a 2-year contract. While most of the contracts we've seen during this video, majority being baseball contracts and majority being 10 years or longer, Benzema's deal for 2 years nets him an incredible $447 million. Seeing how the Saudi League play 34 regular season games compared to MLB's 162, his average salary per game is $7 million. Suck on that, baseball players. For the 4th spot on this list, we have another football player, but this time it's an NFL player. Patrick Mahomes is the first and only NFL player that will be making it onto said list. Arguably the biggest quarterback star the league has seen since Tom Brady's heyday, Mahomes was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs as the 10th pick in the 1st round in the 2017 NFL Draft. He's gone on to win 2 Super Bowls, League MVP and Super Bowl MVP in his short career so far. In 2020, Mahomes signed a 10-year extension with the Chiefs worth $450 million. Simple math tells us that this gives him $45 million per year and $2.4 million per game, excluding sponsorship deals. If he keeps up this pace, we can't even imagine what his next contract will look like. Cristiano Ronaldo, by many known as possibly the greatest football player the world has ever seen, next to number 2 on our list. The Portugal international evolved into a superstar under Alex Ferguson's lead while in Manchester United. In 2009, he left for Real Madrid in a then record-breaking transfer, and in Real, he would continue his megastardom as a player, winning 2 La Liga titles and 4 Champions League titles, which makes it 5 in total, with the 1 he got while at Man U. While he also won 5 Ballon d'Or titles for the best player in the world, he has a European Cup title with Portugal and also multiple scoring titles. It goes without saying that you can demand the biggest contracts when you are on top of the world, and Ronaldo is no exception. While making big money in Manchester, Madrid and also Turin for his Juventus spell, they don't come close to the one he got when signing for Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League. In 2023, Ronaldo was the first of the big football stars to sign for said league, and he was well compensated for it. A 2.5-year contract worth a staggering $536 million. This gives him the same per game average as number 5 on our list, Karim Benzema, at $7 million. Since Ronaldo's contract is 6 months longer than Benzema, its total is higher, but the average yearly and per game salary the same. These two could easily open up their own bank and make even more money just loaning out some of their own to people who would need it. We've come to the runner-up on this list, and it's the last football player we will cover. With that being said, it's the best one the world has ever seen. Known as the ultimate GOAT of the sport, and his name is Lionel Messi. The Argentinian international has won everything there is to win in football, and he's massively compensated for it. Coming up in Barcelona's youth academy from age 13 and making his professional debut at the age of 17, Messi won a record 34 titles while at Barcelona, including 10 La Liga titles, 7 Copa del Rey titles, 4 Champions League titles, and a record-breaking 8 Ballon d'Ors for the best player in the world, to name just a few. He surprisingly left the club in 2021 to join Paris Saint-Germain for 2 seasons. While those were not the greatest years of Messi's career, he still managed to win the Copa America in 2021 and the FIFA World Cup with his Argentina in 2022. Since then, he's moved on to join Inter Miami and is the best paid player in the MLS League. However, that's not the contract that put him in second place overall, but rather the last deal he signed while at Barcelona. In 2017, he inked a 4-year deal worth a massive $674 million, which would equate to $160 million per year and an average of $4.4 million per game. Indeed, it pays well to be the GOAT. So, we're finally at the #1 spot and we're back to the sport of baseball. Shohei Ohtani is a Japanese professional baseball player in the MLB. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge baseball fan, and before Mr. Ohtani signed the biggest contract in sports history, I'd never heard of the guy. Ohtani is known for his very rare ability to be a high-level offensive player and also a top-ranked pitcher, which is unique in the sport. Previously playing for the Angels, he was recently traded to the Dodgers, who are both representing the city of Los Angeles. He's the first player to win MVP awards twice by a unanimous vote. He was the first Japanese player to win a Major League home run title, and in doing so was offered the largest contract ever in sports. Are you guys ready for this? It was a 10-year deal worth a massive $700 million. This nets him $70 million per year, or $432,000 per game. I guess I should have started playing baseball as a kid. Oh well. As we round off this video, we have to mention professional sports leagues that didn't even break into the top 10 of this list, and that is the NBA and NHL. If you're a sports fan, you know that NBA players make huge money. The problem in regards to their contracts is that the league has capped them to 5 years, which makes it hard to compete with other leagues that can offer 8-year-plus contracts for players. Another league that are known for their long contracts is the NHL. They, however, don't have the same commercial pool as the NBA, MLB, or European football, which makes it hard for them to compete. A $100 million contract in the NHL is a top 5 deal there, while it won't even make the top 30 in baseball. Food for thought. If you enjoyed this upload, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.